Hi there, it's me, and in the old format, going back to our DOS days, um, because what I'd like to do is something that should be able to be done on the command line, and so as I'm at the command line. Now, you see this M here. What I've done is I noticed in the help system for the MSDev that the platform SDK comes with a whole slew of samples, all to do with remote procedure call. Only there aren't any. So I went online and I searched and searched, and I didn't want to download a great big thing and install it. And I found a sample called Hello, and it's the Hello World equivalent for RPC. And it consists of a number of steps, 9 in total, I think. And the first step has to do with this hello.p.c. Now I reformatted this, but not for this small window. You just try to bring this all into view. Okay. Now, so the first part 1 of making an what I want to do is invoke a remote procedure call. Step 1, this doesn't have to be step 1 probably, is to create a standalone application. In this case, consisting of a single function, call to a single function called hello proc. Here it is, not in mine. So yeah, I like it. So this is all going to change because I reinstalled the operating system. I don't really want tabs at all, I want spaces. This will do. Here is the procedure. Theirs did not have a const here, but I don't think it matters. I put it in since it should be there anyway. Now there is a file called hello.c. This should be P here. Now wait a minute. This says include hello.p.c. Oh, I see. There are two files. Hello.c and hello.p. So really, I need to split this up like that. And over here, I keep this and delete all that. Save as hello.p. Well, hang on a second. Get out of here first. This one should only include that bit, I think. This one is not the standalone. It includes that extra bit for reasons that will become evident later on, apparently. And all this program does, one single program. Now this step 7 comes later. You can ignore that. This is step 1. Declare a string and call hello proc. Now, hello proc is going to be our remote procedure. It's going to be called through the RPC mechanism, and that's why I guess we've got that separated out. So it was all explained. Let's go back to this here. Standalone application which consists of a call to a single. Okay, this should have the name. I think it was correct the way it was. Put this back. Okay. Consists of a call, so it has main and it calls a one function. Why this says include? Oh, I see. Maybe that's what. Maybe that should probably be. I probably miscopied it. Let me just check that. Never mind. Never mind. I was right in splitting it up. So. Hello.c includes hello p and doesn't have hello p, and it has all this stuff at the end. Hello p ends here. This is the standalone application. It's not an application at all. But in the documentation, it shows this part first, and then the hello.c, which is the standalone application. This, really that comment belongs, the comment's in the wrong file. There we go. Hello.c, standalone application includes hello p, which has been separated out for convenience because it's going to be used in several files. So you can look at it. It's the way I've got it is sort of upside down. This should be that. Like this. Okay. So here's hello p, which has this procedure hello proc, which calls printf, and the standalone application includes that function and just calls it. So that's not any, no RPC, nothing in that. No. And how did I get it? Alright. It's not incorrect. I don't want to call. Never mind. I'm in M. N is where I want to take stuff from. I've numbered them. Step 2 is to create something called an interface definition language file. Defining the interface. An interface definition is a formal specification of how. Now you notice how this has nothing to do with COM, by the way. And a server communicate with each other. The interface defines how the client and server recognize each other, the remote procedure that the client application can call, the data types for those procedures. Oh, what's right? The parameters for those procedures and return values. It also specifies how the data is transmitted, so that would be like a network protocol. We define this interface with the special MIDL language, which consists of C language definitions augmented with special keywords called attributes, which describe how the data is transmitted over the network. Okay, fair enough. Oh yes. I wonder if this will work. No. I don't think I have a bullet here. Dang. The interface definition language. Okay, now this is not clear. The interface definition file IDL file contains type definitions, attributes, and function prototypes that describe how the data is transmitted on the network. The application. Now there's another thing called an application configuration file. You don't actually need it. Contains attributes that configure your application. I think that bolding is mine. As I was reading this, I wanted to keep track of what was what for a particular operating environment. They don't say system. Operating environment, not operating system environment, without affecting its network characteristics. Okay? So, some kind of attributes that are independent of the network characteristics of the application, whatever that means. First step is to generate a, we know how to do that, generate one of those GUID things. A universally unique identifier enables the client and server applications to identify each other. The utility, right, automatically installed, I know that. The following command generates a universally unique identifier and creates a template file called hello IDL. Okay. Now, and it should look like this. So let's try it. I can delete this. Or maybe I'll call this file underscore. Oops. If we run this command, it's going to generate that hello.c for us, or IDL, sorry. Let's try it. UUID no. Well, definitely there's a file there. And there it is. It looks just like what they said. Okay. Okay, now the IDL file. So this one is empty. All it has is the identifier and a version number and nothing else. Defining the interface. If you're wondering where I got all this text, I just stumbled across a link that said, if you're just interested in how RPC works in the most basic possible manner, yes, click here. And I clicked there, and it had a number of steps and different pages, and I just copied the text from each page. That web page, hang on a sec, that web page can be found here. You can read all that. I'll put it in the link. I'll put the link with the video, but this is where I went. These links typically don't survive for very long, so it's best to make your own copy. MSDN is quite a fluid website. You never know what's there today, if it's going to be there tomorrow. Anyway, it's MSDN English US Library Windows Desktop, and then this ASPX. Alright, defining the interface. Formal specification for how a client application and server application communicate with each other. The interface defines how the client and server recognize each other. The remote procedure the client application can call, oh sorry, that's a list. Maybe I should put it as a list. Defines how the client and server recognize each other. The remote procedure that the client application can call. The data types for those procedures, parameters, return values. It also specifies how the data is transmitted between client and server. You define the interface in the special Microsoft Interface Definition Language, which consists of C language. That I already read this, didn't I? Okay. But now I've read it twice. Generating that, we did this, run that thing, and we got essentially what they have here. Now, how does it work? We can, within our IDL file, we can place one or more interface definitions, each of which has a header and a body. Okay, I put that in caps because I want to be sure that I remember that there should be two files, or at least either two files or two sections, a header section and a body section, probably sections. The header contains information that applies to the entire interface, such as the universally unique identifier, and it is enclosed in square brackets followed by the keyword interface and the interface name. Okay, so this is the header. It's got the identifier. Wait a minute. Square brackets, right? Oh, it is followed. So that by followed, I mean that the section, the header section, is followed by the keyword interface. There it is, and the name of the interface, which we haven't filled in. The body contains style, type definitions and function prototypes, augmented with drop it down here. Prototypes augmented with attributes that describe how the data is transmitted over the network. Okay, so this all has only to do with network. In this example, the interface header contains only, in this particular example, only the identifier and the version number, The version number ensures that when there are multiple versions of an RPC interface, only compatible versions of the client and the server will be connected. Fair enough. The interface body contains the function prototype. Well, we don't have this one yet. It's the next file. So I don't have that here yet. Yeah, so that means that. Oh wait, maybe it is at the end of this if I can finish reformatting this. Okay, here we go. So what we do is we take these magic header files, put them in our interface file. Notice that there's a semicolon here. So it's not C in that sense. Comments appear to be allowed unless I put that there. Or the file name. You don't need that. Well, I'll keep my identifier I generated. Put these in the body part. Okay. So you can see there's some includes, then our identifier for the interface, a function. This is a remote procedure called exported function. Now this says unsigned car star. I put a const in front I don't know if it matters, but I'll leave it like this because in, I think, implies const. Yeah, I won't add a const here, and it may not recognize const. There's no more to this file. Okay, now I'll try and get one more done in all these steps. And that was, okay, ACF. Yeah, it turns out you don't need this file. I eventually found out. The AC application configuration file. Customize your client and or server applications. RPC interface without whatever this means, without affecting the network characteristics of the interface. For example, if your client application contains a complex data structure that only has meaning on the local machine, you can specify that in the ACF file, or how the data is represented in a machine-independent format for RPC. This tutorial demonstrates the use of the ACF file specification. Now this sounds like a list. Type of binding handle that represents the connection between the. There's a handle involved as usual. In the ACF, it allows the client application to select the server for its call. The application configuration file defines the handle to be of type handle type, a primitive MIDL type. The MIDL compiler will put the binding handle name that is specified in the ACF file into this variable name. It generates a header file, and I guess either it creates this name or we can specify that name. Notice that this particular ACF file has an empty body. Let's have a look at it. This is what it should be, just this. Implicit handle, I see. Handle type, that. So what this defines. Now, I don't know if that's the same interface that we use for the other thing. Okay, now this is the part I noticed later on. The MIDL compiler has an option /app-config that lets you include certain attributes such as implicit handle in the IDL file rather than creating a separate ACF file. Consider using this option if your application doesn't require a lot of special configuration, and if strict whatever something is not an issue. I have no issues with anything. So this step can be skipped, I say. So see what that IDL said. There's no handle involved here. Now this interface name, I think, was hello. in the end. Yeah, okay. I don't see any handle, but I don't want to run anything just yet. Okay, well, see, it's getting there, and I think by the next tutorial, well, I'll just continue with this, and hopefully we'll be able to make a remote procedure call sitting here at the command prompt without using any special tools other than, well, MIDL is visible to me. You can see the help file, and I know it creates C files and header files and so on, so I won't run it just yet. Okay, see you next time.